It's not black or white, left or right, religion, nation, cult, or the obvious. It's the anonymous staying invisible. The war on terror should have been called weapon of mass destruction. Cyber has proven to be more powerful than 1 million nuclear warheads. Since 9/11, in excess of $40 trillion was lost because cyber cannot be secured or the anonymous cannot be identified. This isn't because technology failed, but because of the fundamental flaw in the cyber access protocol itself. Today's internet access works like a boarding pass turnstile, an ATM terminal, or a payment machine. Payment machine, fingerprint, facial scan, or any other biometric scan is just a data-to-data match. If the data matches, access is granted. But these systems identify only the ID credentials. They have no capability to identify the human operator using them. That operator can be anyone, anywhere, on the planet. That is what cyber truly means: anonymous. As long as access remains anonymous, cyber cannot be secured. It can only be defended endlessly. Airport immigration solved this decades ago. Because immigration gives access to identified individuals, cyber grants access only to identities that can be impersonated or hacked. At immigration, identified individuals cannot. Digital immigration that could have saved that $40 trillion was systemically rejected over 15 years by hundreds of cybersecurity departments who cannot secure cyber themselves. A massive conflict of interest to their companies and CEOs that were forced to reject the solution which terminates cybercrime, of course terminates cyber enforcement's unjustified budgets, plus cyber enforcement's unjustified services. The unnecessary $40 trillion lost through that made cybersecurity budgets rise by 2,600%, reaching $520 billion, 5% of last year's $10.4 trillion. Going by their erratic behavior lately, even presidents could be compromised. What evil person would commit a crime of such biblical proportions? Keeping in mind, cyber has destroyed morality, law, and order because anyone can commit a crime of any magnitude, never to be secured, identified, traced, proven guilty, or ever getting caught. By keeping cybersecurity in control and let them continue to reject the digital immigration solution, then have them trusted with all companies' and countries' delicate insiders' information, weaknesses, and hackabilities, that anonymous person in control now has the very tools required for committing cyber attacks on all companies, countries, governments, its leaders, and its militaries, without financial risk or the risk of ever being caught. Placing the US fleet as sitting ducks could simply be a repeat of the 9/11 cyber attack, highly likely orchestrated by the same individual in order to create an excuse to nuke Iran. To reveal this anonymous, we must see if there is another connection between 9/11, defense, Boeing, 2008 financial crises, COVID, ID slavery, MasterCard, Google, Alibaba, Microsoft, Twitter, Tesco, Marriott Group, British Airways, UK Ministry of Defence. All suffered manipulations by cyber attacks. The destruction of the Middle East and Gaza has already exceeded 4 million war deaths. At a continued 2,600% trajectory, that ends at $293.5 trillion per annum. Together with being on the brink of World War III, we must stop this evil anonymous monster before it's all too late.